For this tutorial, you're going to need a command block. You're going to need black concrete, white concrete, which I already have the white concrete. I'll show you how to get the command block here in a minute. You can't just get it from this thing. You've seen some of my other videos. You've probably seen me generate command blocks. So you'll need this. You'll need redstone stuff. So a repeaters. You will need comparators in this one. So I don't normally use comparators, so but you will need them for this. And then you'll need a redstone um, torch. And for one part of this, you will even just need a block of redstone. This will be enough to get you going. I may add some other blocks later. So let's start with the white and black, because we are going to make our dice rolls. Now to do that, we're going to create each face of the dice, but we don't need them to be separate from each other. Oh, what am I doing with that? Okay, I believe you need this to be 7 wide. Let me check that real quick. Yes, 7 wide. And this is going to be our 6. So you're going to make this like so. Oops, not what I wanted to do. And there you go. So there's your 6. And right in front of it, you're going to put your 5. And the 5 is similar to the 6. So there's your 5. And then obviously in front of that, you're going to do the 4, then the 3, then the 2, then the 1. And I don't think I'm going to go through each one of these. Like, you should know what they look like. Now, these are going to be all of your dice spaces. The reason they're together is because it doesn't matter where they are. We're going to clone it by slices. So all you got to do is remember what numbers are where. Now, next thing you're going to need is comparator. And for that, you go to the command prompt and you put in not 7, /give at P, that's nearest player. Um, command underscore block. You'll be using this a lot. Go ahead and make a black frame that is 9 by 9. Okay, then I can't see that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so that is going to be where our dice shows up. For the next part of this, you're going to need quite a few command blocks. So let's get those set up. However, actually, I'm going to make this easier on you. You want to put 4 command blocks in a row. And I'm going to tell you what to do with all those. Each one is going to need a repeater here. I'm sorry. Nope. Comparator. You will need a comparator from there to there, from there to there. Not sure why that one came on. And then kind of this deal. All right. Now, on the inside ones, the inside 2, you want to put uh, test or and then for now, just because we don't have this coordinate yet, these are going to be the 3 coordinates. Okay. And then you'll put redstone torch, redstone underscore torch. Okay. Um, you're going to want that on each of these 2. Okay. On these outside ones, um, we're going to need to know some coordinates. So we'll set those up later. For now, let's get our where our redstone torch is going to appear. You can make it wherever you want. I'm going to put it over here in the ground. Oh, no, not what I wanted. Like that. And then make you a situation like that. And you're going to put another one of these up there. I want mine upright. I don't know whether it matters, but I like it to be upright. Once you get that in place, you can actually delete these 2. Now, pay attention. Look at that. My coordinates are not active. You're going to want to pay attention to where those coordinates are. So, wherever your character's feet are touching, that is the proper coordinate. So, our elevation of 69 is um, accurate to where this needs to be. This is 127.40, and then this will be at 128. So I am going to take a quick picture because I have a very poor memory for numbers. Um, and that'll be at 128. So now we're going to, in here, we're going to put fill. Um, and then we're going to put those coordinates in. In this case, it'll be 128, 69, 437. Now, the next coordinate is like the ending coordinate for us. So I'm just going to make that the one after it, 129, 69, 437. Now, and then you're going to put air if you spell it right. Now, you can test it when a redstone, actually, before you do that, set this to a delay of 2. Now, when you put a redstone torch on here, it should immediately disappear as it will activate this cube and be filled with air. Okay, that's working. Now this one won't do that, but it should disappear when I put one on here. There you go. That's what it's doing. And you might think, well, what's the point in that? Well, that exact same coordinate we just put in there, or you use that coordinate here. So where I had you put the ampersands, or uh, I forget what these are called, tildes, you're going to put those coordinates. 128, 69, 437. And you do the same thing in this one. 128, 69, 437. Now these numbers, these coordinates, of course, will be different for you. Whatever your coordinates are, where your redstone is going to be, that's what you need to put in there because it's going to be watching for that when it's active. All right. Now, the next coordinates we need is this corner. And this, sometimes this takes a little trial and error. So this should be 108. And then this coordinate right here. Just to be on the safe side, I think I need to do this. So we're going to need to know a total of, um, we need to know this corner, and then we need 2 corners back. Um, that'll be at 108. And then we need to know the bottom corner here and the top corner over there. So this coordinate is going to be 132. And you're going to pop up here, and you're going to find this coordinate. Now I'm going to put a little temporary white block here to stand on. And this one should be 132, 75, 133. All right, so now that we know those three coordinates, here's what we're going to do. And like I said, this may take a little thing, but you're going to say clone, and now you're going to give it the two coordinates for your cube. Um, in my case, not necessarily in yours, but in mine, those coordinates were 132, 69, 426. And then the next one was 132, 75, 432. Now, there is a last set of coordinates that you need, and that is where the block is going to be placed. And that should be the block where you want to put it. So 108, 70, 425, the lower corner of where you want to put it. So what you've just told to do is clone the blocks that are from this coordinate to that coordinate and put them right here in this coordinate. Now, this takes some trial and error. Sometimes I don't get my coordinates right on it. But everything else over here stays the same. Shouldn't be any problems with this. Now to test it, we're going to give this thing a little power. Actually, I'm just going to delete this so that it make it easy on myself. We're going to use a lever to test it. Now, in theory, when I hit this, it should duplicate that back thing and put it in there. And there it is. It duplicated that back thing. Great. The rest of these blocks are all going to essentially be that, but the coordinates are going to change. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one in as the 6. One 32, 69, 426, 132, 75, 432. And the final coordinate is where it's going, which is 108, 70, and 425. Now, some of these numbers are going to be changing because I think this one is going to be the number 4. So I will have to, the first number will change. All right. But for now, I'm going to put that there. I'll put this here. And now, we're going to clone this thing because we need 3 of these on each side. Now I'm going to show you how to do that. First thing you're going to need is a structure block. So go back into your command. put in forward slash give at p structure block, structure underscore block. If you put these commands in and it doesn't give you anything, that is because you are not set as the operator. And you'll need to go into your settings, or if you're playing with someone else, have them change the settings. All right. I think I'm going to get rid of these. I don't think we need those. So you're going to you're going to figure out where this is. You want to copy it. Tell you what, we'll put the repeaters in later. I'm just going to copy these for now. Okay. So we're just going to copy these four things. Oh, six if you count the I'm going to put it right beside them like this. You can do this however you want. You go in here and you got to delete that offset unless you want the stone. And you give it a name. I'm going to call it comms. And then you set your, like we don't have all these included in here, so I'm going to reset the x coordinate to 10. That's a little much. Reset it to 9 or 8. There we go. That's all of them. We only really need one on the z-axis. And we only need one on the y-axis. So you don't have to do that. You can leave the space. You do want to keep this part, the x-axis, you want to keep that very tight. You'll see why in a minute. Change this from save to memory to save to disk. That'll make it more permanent. And go ahead and save. Now, you're going to need another one of these blocks here. We'll put them over here. Here and here. So now you're going to load those. By changing this to load. Get rid of that offset. That'll shoot you in the foot real quick. And you're going to put in your thing. I think I call them palms. If you've got the right name in there, it'll be light up white. If you don't, it'll stay gray. That's all you got to do. It's going to load that in. And then you exit out, and you have a perfect duplicate. Do the same thing here. Get rid of your offset. And load her in. And that's it. So now we have all 6 of these that we're going to need. And in case you hadn't put it together, each one is going to be one of these numbers. Now we have this one, we have them all currently set to 6. We're going to change that. So this is our 6. And wherever we want our 6, that one is the 6. I'll make this the 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. So the next one back is 5. And if you look, that first number will change to 1. So we're going backwards each time. We're just going to go in here. We're going to change this first number 1 back. Now, whatever yours is, it won't be the same coordinates as mine, but it's really that simple. Now, don't forget, all these are 2. So the last one we did was 131. This one is going to be 130. All the other coordinates stay the same. Next one is going to be 129. Next one is 128. And the final one should be 127. Now I'm going to go back and confirm this. Now, now we've got all those set. Let me check this here. 127. So that should do it. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to take repeaters, put them in between these, facing that direction and coming around like that. Uh, I think I'm going to make this one come out a little bit and then do that. Okay. And what these are doing is these are looking for a redstone to appear there. All right, let's get this up and running and test it. So, you gotta do that pretty fast. I think I'm gonna change this one to this. Oh, that's not right. Make sure your arrows, see how they have little arrows on them? Make sure they go in a circle. If they don't, it won't work. Just like mine did. Okay, must be another error somewhere. Oh, it's bizarre. Right this way. There we go. This is what you're looking for. From above, you can see it going around in a circle like that. And what that's doing is only one of these is going to be active. And these in the middle are looking for a redstone torch. So when you place a redstone torch down, there should, in theory, only be one of these lit up at that time. So here we go. We're going to test this out, see if it changes the number. There you go. Now it's set to 2. Now you can turn these notifications off by going here and you can do that. Game rule. command block output false. And now when you put this on here, it will not update it every time. And every time it's going to give you a random number. And there you go. That's really all you got to do. Now, if you want to, you can make a little switch over here that'll, I don't know, whatever you want to do. Make me a little platform here so I can. I don't have to look at all that machinery. And then in this one, we can actually make it set the block over there. So we put in set block, and then we put in the coordinates for where that redstone is supposed to appear. Uh, which I think is 128, 69, 437, but I'm going to go double check that. And then you put redstone underscore torch. Now what that's going to do, if I've got the right coordinates, 127, 128. All right. You could put a button on here rather than a switch. Probably better. Not a lot of difference between the buttons. They have different um, pulse times, but for this situation, it doesn't really matter. So now, in theory, every time I hit this, it's going to materialize a redstone torch back there, and give me my next number. There you go. And it will be a random number from that sequence. Now, I want to show you a little trick. If you watched my other video, you're familiar with this, but for this trick, you will need a redstone lamp, um, you'll need a sticky piston, and you will need some observers. You'll put that there, take your sticky piston, and put it facing facing the lamp. And then you're going to take an observer and make it face. So the arrow is actually pointed away from this. That means that's where the power is going to be. Um, you can put as many of those in a row as you need to, and then you bring it over here. Um, and then one here. All right, what this should do, if it's working, is when you put power to this, I'm going to go ahead and run all the way on here. Make sure that's working. Yeah. Put a repeater right there to refresh the redstone signal. Not quite long enough, so we'll go ahead and put another repeater there. There. Now, what happens is that when this goes in, it lights up, and then the observer sends a little signal over here, and that sparks this. So this creates an automatic start for the circuit. So you can, using this technique, you can actually turn it off and on. And if you want to be real fancy, uh, so I have one where I've got 6 of these in a row, and so now you can tell whether it's on or off, because that'll light up. And if it's on, you hit the button, and it doesn't. What the hell? Okay, this isn't producing redstone. I think I might need to move this out a little. I think it's creating interference. Not sure though. There it goes. And there you go. Don't hit it too quick, or the redstone won't materialize back there. You can see it if you look closely. There it goes. I might set that number a little higher on this. If you set it too high, it'll flip the number more than once, which is kind of cool. And when you're ready to turn it off, you just flip that. It'll pull that piston out and break the signal. Hope you like this tutorial.